What's going on, guys? Solo is here, the YouTuber that helps you invest to rest, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys here, in my opinion, the best ETFs to buy with your stimulus check. Okay, now these ETFs are not going to be in any order from best to worst. These are just the ones that I think are the best and the ones that I personally would buy. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research as well and do your due diligence as well. So let's look at the ETFs here that I'm going to share with you guys that I would buy using my stimulus check. Okay, so the first one here is going to be right here, Robo, R-O-B-O. This is basically ETF for robotics and automation, as you guys can see here in the title. I'm also using the app Webull, which is my favorite app. If you want to sign up, you can use my link and get free stocks in the description below. But I love Webull for the fact that if you go right here to asset allocation for ETFs, it's amazing because it tells you the percentage that it has for each company. Now, these aren't all the companies, these are just the most percentages for these companies. There's probably more here that are like 2%, 3%, but these are just the most percent. So you guys can see it has iRobot Corp, it has a bunch of companies here that you probably never heard of. 3D Systems Corp is probably one of them that you probably did. But this ETF is amazing, especially if you believe, you know, robotics and automation is the future. So it was at high at 72, guys. It was 72 and it came all the way down to a 63, now it's a 64. So definitely one of them that I personally would invest in because it's, you know, I think the future is just gonna grow from now. That's one of them. The next one here I got is DRIV, D-R-I-V, and this is the great ETF for electrical vehicles, especially if you're kind of confused, you don't know what electrical vehicle company that you want to invest in. This one is perfect for you, and I actually didn't take a lot of hurt from this drop. It went all the way to 26 or 25, I believe. And then the highest is 52-week highest is 28, and right now it's at 27. So if you go to the asset allocation, obviously the majority of it is in Tesla, 4%. Then we got Plug, Neo, Qualcomm, Apple, Nvidia, just a bunch of good solid companies. I would definitely put a good chunk of my stimulus into this one because it's just very solid and steady growing. So that's one of them. The next one we got here, I'm gonna go to Lit. That's right, guys, Lit. This is awesome, especially if you believe in electrical vehicles, because what's gonna come with this is the batteries for it, and that's just gonna be more in demand, and it's just gonna grow more and more. And it came down a lot. This took a lot of hit here. It was a 74. It probably went lower than this, but it's a 59 right now, and I think it's the perfect buying opportunity. Okay. And if you look at the asset allocation, 5% is in Tesla, Samsung, just a bunch of these battery type companies for electrical vehicles. It's perfect, especially if you're gonna also invest in DRIV. This is probably the side one that you want to invest with next to DRIV. And then looking at some other ones here, this one is one of the sleepers, in my opinion, is a great one as well, especially if you like Dropbox. It's called Cloud. Well, it's C-L-O-U, but it's basically Cloud Computing ETF. If you believe in cloud computing ETF, if you believe in cloud computing, it's basically the ETF for it. So it's a pretty good price right now. Let's look at the asset allocation. We got here obviously Dropbox, 4.09%. We got some other companies here. Shopify is a good one, and yeah, I personally believe this is the future, cloud computing. It's just gonna grow more and more. So you can expect this ETF to grow steady as well with DRIV. So definitely one of them that I personally, and like I said, guys, a lot of these are very steady growing. That's what ETFs are all about, very steady growing and not too volatile. Alright, guys, and last but not least, I got the last ETF here, which is a pretty good ETF here in my opinion. It's this one right here, SOCL, and this is basically an ETF for global social media. So obviously you can expect all the big social media to be in this ETF, like Snap, which has 9% of the weight of this, Facebook 7%, which is an amazing stock, Twitter 6%, and some other companies here, Pinterest, Spotify. It's just all the social medias in one ETF. And I think this is a great thing because it's just going to grow more and more social media as a whole. And the great thing about ETFs is that it's, they manage it. So let's say Pinterest goes down and it does really bad, there's a chance that it can get out of this ETF and it could put a new one, right? So that's the cool thing about ETFs. You don't really have to, be worrying. Obviously, do your research, but you don't have to be worrying about putting it on 1 or 2 stocks, because it's in a bunch of stocks, divided up into one ETF. So that's all the ETFs that I personally would put my money in, my stimulus check, in. And like I said, most of these ETFs are future based. Like I said, cloud computing, electrical vehicles, robotics, just a bunch of amazing futuristic companies that are in these ETFs. So there you guys go. Leave a comment below what you guys think of. If you guys got any other ETFs to invest in with your stimulus check, leave it in the comments and leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.